trying to make a video here that I'm hoping might reach more people, because there's a lot of people that's still not waking up and still not fucking paying attention, still not just seeing the truth of shit, of what's going on in the world, what's going on in our country, what's going on with our freedoms, what's going on with what's true and with us, period, our life, what we are. None of it, just none of it. You want to keep trying to climb a ladder that they're not allowing you to climb. You're not on the ladder even. You're fucking looking up at the first rung and can't even reach it. I mean, if you don't see it, I don't get it. I just don't understand how. That's another thing. Understand. We need to stop using these words. Words they're using as spells. They're using for their legalese. They're using for double speak. I mean, it's all bullshit. We need to start saying what we mean, and we need to stop lying, period. The legalese, the small print, all that shit's got to stop. No more. No more. Every person knows right and wrong. We don't need your codes and statutes fucking limiting our freedoms and going around our Constitution. And that's exactly what you've been doing. They've been doing this whole fucking time. For a long time now, and we follow right along with it. It's fucking retarded, and I don't think we are retarded people. I really don't. I believe that we have the smarts in us to get past, see through their bullshit, their smokescreen, their fucking lies, their reach for power over us. I don't understand. I don't get. We should have stopped this a long time ago. A long time ago. It's been in movies since the 20s. It's been in... They put it out there for you to see. I mean, and you're not paying attention. You're just wanting to get your paychecks on Friday and keep living a simple life. Well, it's not so simple. It's not simple at all. It can be if we get it back on track. But I'm having a lot of trouble with this here. I don't see how nobody else is. I've spent 19 years of my life locked up. When I was a young man, I ran from the police in a Corvette. I was on federal property, so I did 9 months Fed time. I stole 2 cars, joyrode in them for about a week each one. Didn't even scratch them, didn't tear nothing up. Parked them in a parking lot and left them for them to find and get and take back, and they wasn't even harmed. I did snatch a pocketbook, and that weighs on my heart pretty much. And then later in life, after I got out of a 5-year, 3-month stint, I had a relationship with an underage girl. Oh, and I had a knife in my car, which they hit me with a concealed weapon for a felony after being a felon. So that was another 1 year and 7 months for that. Altogether is 19 years, and I've not really hurt anybody. There's no victims to my crimes. The girl that I was with visited me 6 months after I moved into this apartment where I'm at, which I've been here for 5.5 years. So 5 years ago, she came here to tell me that I was her one true love, and she still loves me very much and was sorry that I had to go through all that. And at the same time, Hillary Clinton, 12 officers watched the videotape on Weiner's laptop showing her torturing and killing and sexually assaulting. I don't know what order that was in, but plus a lot more stuff that they already know about her, but yet she's still out there free, still got her charity putting money into her pocket, anyone dumb enough to give to her charity. Bill Clinton, they have documentation of him going to Epstein's Island 27 times. That's, these are facts. These are things that, if you search, it's there for you to see. But yet they're free and they're never walking. They're just, it's crazy. How in the fuck? How do I do what little I've done and end up with 19 years and they've done heinous shit, and they're still just as free as a bird? I don't get it. I don't understand that. Matter of fact, I'm tired of standing under anything that has to do with them. What brought all this up for me to pull this up now is, well, I got out of prison 7 years ago. I was on probation. I still am on probation apparently, but anyway, the first year I was on probation, I was still in Richmond. My probation officer said that I was doing really good and she wanted to let me off probation. So she talked to the people in Roanoke, which is where I had my charges at, and told them, look, we want to let him off probation. He says, there's no need in keeping him on here. And they said, no, I have to do half. Half of my 10-year probation sentence is 5. So in 5 years, after 5 years, if I'm doing good, they're going to let me off. I said, all right, 5 years. I worked for Tyson Foods, cutting chicken and being a yard driver, moving trailers around for them for 17 months, and then went to another place and was a yard driver for a mulch company, and then moved down here where I'm at and worked for Gatorade for 6 months, being a yard driver, moving trailers for them before I started on the road in a truck. The whole time that I was on the road in a truck and I was trying to get my own truck, I wanted to get my own truck and make the real money, my probation wouldn't let me leave the state. They said, no, you can't leave the state. I said, okay, well, I'll just drive. I found a man that allowed me to stay in state, and I worked doing that for quite a while, and it took me over 3.5 years to finally talk my probation into allowing me to go out of state. They did nothing but hold me back the entire time. They've done nothing to help me. That's not what they're there for. They don't give a fuck about helping you. Nothing DOC is. They're not there to help you, period. Not at all. They're there to make sure that they can keep their fucking job, keep their money flowing into the DOC, keep all the private prison companies full and money coming to them. The probation officer here talked to Roanoke twice, and they told him after 5 years they would let me off. So that's what I had in mind, that on the 5-year mark they was going to let me off probation. So I'd be free and I'd be able to finally do whatever. I can't move. I can't, anywhere I move, I have to have permission from them first of where I'm moving. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. I have to have that permission first before I move or do anything. Actually, pretty much anything. If I get a new car, or sell a car, I have to report it. I mean, immediately. I gotta there's all kinds of crazy little rules that they try to put you on. But either way, I figure, after 5 years I would be free of it, and then I'd be able to go move. I made a lot of money being a truck driver, so I thought I'd be able to buy my own land. I was going to buy it in Nevada because it's cheap. I can get a lot of land out in the middle of nowhere, far away from everybody, and be on my own and own it. You know what I mean? Tough thing to find out that the way the world works now, you never own your land. And anyone who has owned your land, even if you owned it back in the old days, say your grandparents owned it and passed it down and now you own it, doesn't matter. If you don't pay taxes for that land that you own yearly, every year, they will take your land. And it didn't used to be like that. Your grandparents owned that land. They didn't have to pay no taxes towards it because they bought it, paid for it. They owned it. It was their land. And now they, over the past, I don't even know when that started. It was 80s or maybe even 70s that they started this tax where you got to pay a tax to them every fucking year. If you don't pay your tax, they're going to take your land. So you don't own your land anymore. Anyway, my 5 years come around, and I found out I had a different probation officer. They hadn't talked to me, hadn't messed with me for over a year and a half, maybe 2 years, because I was out there in the truck living my life. I was under strict regulations being a truck driver. They knew where I was at all times. All the trucks have transponders. They knew exactly where I was at any time, and not to mention how many times every day I'm passing by their weigh stations, interacting with state police in every state, all the time, it's strict regulations on being a truck driver, very strict. They sent a probation officer here to my house. Been a few months now, and when he saw him, I was like, man, I thought I was off probation after 5 years. He said, no, ain't nobody they wouldn't let you off. So I kind of blew up on him. I kind of feel sorry for him because I guess he thinks I was really mad at him, which I kind of am, because if you think about it, if you know the truth like I do, you shouldn't accept a job like that ever, ever. No person has a superior. No person has anyone in between you and your God. No one is superior to another, and no one has their thumb on you like they seem to kind of want to have their thumb on you. It's not true. It's not true at all. When you die and you leave this body, you are still you. You are still, your body falls and goes back to earth, but you do not die. You come up out of that body and you realize then exactly what you are. And well, if you do the research and you do the right moves, you'll find out before then. You ain't got to wait till you die. You can find out now what you are. What they don't know is what you are, and they're sitting here trying to keep you under their thumb and judge you and control you this whole time. But when you leave here, there is a hierarchy up there. It sure as fuck is. And it's not the same as here. Actually, it's kind of reversed. It's a bit reversed. Don't have to be, but there's a reason why they say that it's easier for fit a camel through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. There's a reason for that. Well, the last time they came here, which was just 2 weeks ago, I guess, I really blew up. He brought another guy with him. There's two of them. They showed up on my door, and I was fucking pissed. I was so hot. I've learned too much. I've been studying ever since I got cancer 2.5 years ago. I've been studying with the internet in my hand. I studied religion while I was in prison the whole time. I mean, everything religious-wise I get my hands on, self-help-wise. Any good book that I can get my hands on. I even studied a neurology book. You talk about boring, that's the worst. Man, that sucked. But I read it. I was all about knowledge, and I still am. But all that I learned about religion while I was locked up, I still didn't believe in God. I just didn't believe. When I got cancer, I still didn't believe just because I got cancer. But I started researching with the internet in my hand. And I watched near-death experiences. That was one thing that wake you up real fucking quick to what happens when we die. You watch 10, 20 of them, you're like, wow, this is pretty neat. You watch a couple hundred of them, you're like, damn, they are all very similar. Everybody's unique and got their own experience, just like life. It's the same, but they're so similar that this is exactly what happens when you die and you go up. And when you learn this stuff, and when I put that in with all the religions that I've learned about, and then, of course, I'm researching more on religion, and now that I got the internet and I'm actually able to learn about Egyptian stuff and all the stuff that I didn't have access to while I was locked up, because you know, you don't get much of that. But once I learned all these things and then put it on with all what I already knew, it all clicks. It clicks. It's like, damn. And it's amazing the shit that you can learn and what's to come. It's pretty wild. This body is not me. This is not me. I'm moving this body. I'm inhabiting this body and living this life in this body for now. But as soon as this is over, I'll leave this body. I'm still me, but I don't have the body anymore. My body is the light body that is way bigger than this. I mean, so much bigger. When you get out of this body, every one of them, or the ones that speak on this, say, man, you feel just like, oh, I was so constricted in that little tiny body. And then when you get out, it's like, man, I can stretch. I feel great. And all the knowledge kind of floods in. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And the hierarchy that's up there is what people need to fucking think about. Because while you're here and you're fucking up and you're doing dirt and you're doing wrong and you're trying to control other people and you're getting mad at other people for this, that, and the other stupid little dumb shit that makes no sense. But these are the things that we do as humans. When you realize I don't know, I want to say you stop doing them. It's hard to break habits, but you once you start realizing it's not so hard to break them habits, they break pretty quick. But you don't force nobody into nothing. God's only got two rules, really. One, do no harm. Do no harm. Whatever you do in life, do no harm. If it's going to cause harm to anyone or anything, you don't do it, period. Do not cause no harm. And other than that, the only other law really is to do what you want. Live your life. Enjoy your life. God is in you. And He's in you for a reason. He's in you to live the life that you're here to live, because He wants to experience. He wants to experience everything, all of it, every bit of it. And He wants to enjoy His life through you, through me, through every single thing. He wants to enjoy this experience. And when you start trying to take control of somebody else and you're stifling their experience, you're taking their life away from them and pushing your will on them, He's not looking too good on you when you do these things. There's a reason why God gives us free will. You understand that? Well, you need to understand that if you're going to understand anything. He gives us free will because He's here to experience this and enjoy this. And He doesn't want somebody else coming around and pushing you and bullying you and locking you into a fucking concrete cell and taking away your freedoms to live. This is what He's here for. And this is what they do. This is what they do. And it's just like the Nazis saying, oh, I was just doing my job. I was doing what I was ordered to do. Well, it doesn't work too good. It's not going to work at all when you get up there. I'm going to tell you that all of y'all, and even me, hopefully not me, but when you get up there, every being wants to be close to God. They want to be as close to God as they can be. That's why it's all about praise and prayer and trying to get close to God. The farther away you are, the more it's going to suck for you. And to have God not even want to see you, be like, they fucked up so bad, I don't even want to see them. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel, but I was, my mama left me when I was 2 years old and didn't want nothing to do with me, and came back around when I was 13, thanks to my dad finding her and kind of making her, or not making her, but talking her into it. I don't know what happened. She come back around. Ever since then, it was all me on me pushing to try to have a relationship with her. And the whole time she's just rejecting me every which way she could. I mean, she just didn't want nothing to do with me. She's so much about herself and having her feel of life, not giving a fuck about me. It really sucked. It hurt. My father wasn't very good to me. He talked real bad to me and put me down. And his parents raised me basically and gave me the love that I received the most of anywhere. Being rejected sucks. Being rejected from your parents is probably about the worst thing you're going to deal with ever in your life. I can imagine what it's going to be like to be rejected by God. I mean, and it's everything that I've seen and heard. Everybody's had experiences once they cross over. It's every being. I don't give a fuck what kind of being it is. All of them want to be with God. They want to be right there with Him. I mean, the farther up that ladder you go, you converge back into Him, and you are Him. I mean, the way that it all began, if you believe in what I've learned, and I've learned a lot, but the way that it all began is God created everything. So there was only God. All right, and then He created, if you're a Christian, the seven. He created the seven first, and then gave them power to go and create. So they created, and they made more up underneath of them. I don't know how many, but, it trickled down more and more and more. Well, now, here on this planet, there's over 8 billion people. And when we converge back up, and we go farther back up, the higher up you go, the more we converge back to the one. And we are all one. You can believe that. You just got to go back to the top to do that. And everybody up there wants to be back up there with the one, which is kind of weird when you think of it, because the one wanted to branch out to be many to experience, and now all of us want to get back to the one. It's like kind of like working against one another here. It makes no sense. But this whole thing that I'm trying to get to here is, I've learned a lot about government and the atrocities our government's done. I've learned a lot about the Illuminati, the Khazar rulers, the Cabal, the Freemasons, which y'all are really a bunch of idiots. I hate to tell you. Anybody asks me what my religion is now, I basically believe the same thing that they believe, because they are on to truth. They are on to truth, but somewhere along the way they get spun most of the time into the dark side. So and that's where they go. They go through the dark. I don't know if it's easier that way, or if you get more power in the flesh in that way, which I hope you all know. 666, I mean, basically that's carbon. That's 6 protons, 6 neutrinos, 6 neutrons, so 6 electrons. That's what that's at least one version of the 666, and that's the flesh. That's the material world. That's us. All right, that is us. That is everything made out of carbon. And they say that you know who rules this world, and it's it all comes down to that 666 being the flesh, the evil's in the motherfucking skin. If any of y'all listen to System of a Down, I mean, there's so many things out there that just point to truth, and most people don't click for them. Movies, they've been showing us a long time truth in the movies, and music, they tell us a lot. Most of them get their lyrics and songs from a spirit that comes, that knows a lot more than we know in the flesh, and that's where they get their lyrics and music from. And they're putting it out there for us to see, but not many of us look, not many of us care to know. If you know anything about numerology is real shit. It's really good to understand it too. If you can comprehend it, if you can comprehend this stuff, it is amazing. And everywhere you look, numbers is the language of everything. I mean, everything. Symbols and numbers. I mean, and for real, take symbols out, because symbols have meaning of what we put towards them, but they don't really have the power like a lot of people act like that's all they're powerful. You know, when you do this, when you do throw up the triangle, and when you cover this eye, and you do all these different things, oh, look at this. It's not got the meaning that it's got the meaning that you're putting to it, and it really don't have power like you kind of think that it does. Everything is made of energy, frequency, of vibration, everything. From the wood that this tablet's sitting on, the tablet itself, to me, and everything part of me, even our soul, even our real person is nothing but a type of energy. There's 3 types of energy, so don't think just because I say that our soul is made of energy that it's the same kind of energy coming out of your light socket. That's the dirty energy, what they call dirty energy, and it's the lowest form of energy. But it's useful, and we use it for a lot of stuff, but that's not the type of energy we're made from. We are divine. We are, each and every one of us, a frequency. We were created at the same time that God created all things. We are a frequency that is us. And that frequency never will be stopped. It will never die. Alright? So I'm telling you, you will never die. You're going to change bodies. You're going to change all kinds of things. Well, it's constant change. Everything is in constant change. But when you leave that body, you leave it, and you live on, and you go back, and you have a life review, and then you more than likely will live again. It all depends on where your evolution. That's what we're here for, the evolution of your soul, not Darwin's evolution, your soul's evolution. You're growing, you're getting closer back to God, you're learning, and it's all about not being alone. That's what it's all about, is not being alone. Could you imagine floating in the darkness of nothingness by yourself for eternity? No one to speak to, no one to play games with, or nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kind of depressing when you think about it like that. So we are here for each other. All these people that think that they're just following their orders and doing their job so they can make their paychecks on Friday, they can feed their families. Well, think real hard before you take a job that deals with putting any kind of power over another human being. That is not good, and it's frowned upon. And like basically everything that I've learned has been taught through each religion is when we leave and go back, it's flipped. I mean, everyone here that's so-called in charge and power and got control over other people, when we go back up there, they're going to be the ones that has nothing, no control. They're going to be the ones that's going to be where we're at now as the poor people with no control here and being pushed around and being made to fucking do for them, following their agenda. The world's in is in a hell of a shape right now. We're going through the end times. We had the Ring of Fire eclipse the other day, and Israel is being very aggressive, and I believe propaganda. I believe it's another 9/11 going on right now with them. I don't believe this group just come out of nowhere and decided, hey, let's go attack people in Israel, and I believe it was set up by the people that control the whole planet, not just, Islamic group over there. I believe they were put in to do that. And the proof that they're killing civilians and children and people that wants nothing to do with violence and war and any military type shit, they're the ones that's being killed. And yeah, what do you do when you're a fucking military and you have a problem with another country? You go kill their civilians? Well, apparently some do, I guess, but no, normally common sense would tell you would go to their military bases, their military head. You would go take out their military head. You know, that's what you would do. You wouldn't fucking go killing civilians. For what? The civilians are no threat to you. The civilians over there don't even have guns. They don't have the luxury of having guns to protect themselves. That's why they're just sitting ducks. Here we have a little bit of protection for ourselves, but really it ain't, because the technology that they have, they just burned Maui. I mean, they burnt it. They melted fucking rims of cars, and with a 8.8 second pulse of laser beam. Yeah, that's how it was done. Our guns ain't going to do a whole lot against weapons like that, and they've got a lot more than that. I mean, they've got sound weapons that sound is what everything's made of. Sound, energy, vibration, and frequency. That's what everything is. And when it comes down to it, you got everything is waves. All right, everything is waves. You got sound that they've come out with here lately. They've had for a long time, but they can use sound waves to kill cancer cells inside your body, bacteria. A type of bacteria. You've got so many different types of bacteria in your belly, but they can turn it to a certain frequency that only kills certain bacteria and the bad bacteria that's causing you problems, and they can take and destroy them with sound. I mean, if they really turn it to the right frequency, I imagine they could probably do some things with that type of weaponry that you don't ever want to see happen. I mean, you just wouldn't want to see it. Especially if it's turned to your frequency. Because each and every one of us is our own frequency. A specific frequency. A specific frequency that will never die. But that doesn't mean this body can't be destroyed. This is a material body. Of course it can be destroyed. But the frequency of the energy that makes you, that cannot be destroyed. I hope they can't figure out a way to destroy it. If they do, I'd hate to see what would happen to them. God gets mad at them for destroying stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he'd come down pretty hard. I will if I have the opportunity, that's for sure. But I've already had enough shit go on with me to where I'm probably going to come down pretty hard anyway. Because I don't forget. I don't forgive. I ain't say I don't forgive at all, but yeah, I'm pretty angry about a lot of things, especially all the shit they got going on with children today. It's fucking bullshit. And the whole time, I mean, I'm a loving man. I'm not brute. I'm not a forceful person. I don't make people do things they don't want to do. I'm all about a person having the freedom to learn the things that they choose to learn and want to learn and excel in life and have all the best of everything. And these people, just like that video that the 12 cops died from, or 9 of the 12 cops died from anyway. Probably the other 3 will too if they haven't already, or they've got something on them to where they'll be compliant with them 100%, and they'll never tell, you know what I mean? So there's a reason why them 3 are still alive, but they killed all the rest of them. They don't want that out, which is You're sending probation to me? I've been out 7.5 years. I've been out for over 7 years, and I've done nothing but good since I've been out. I mean, I got out of prison with a box of paperwork in my hand and nobody helping me. And I went from that to making, the first year I had my own truck, I was paying for it, but I made $138,000 in 7.5 months. 7.5 months, $138,000. Alright? I worked my ass off to try to get somewhere in this life. And I've done very good. I haven't committed any crimes. I do smoke pot, and I have the whole time. And whether they like it or not, I don't give a flying fuck, because now it's a Schedule 3. They just reduced that from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3, and it's mostly legal every fucking where, but they need to fucking finish legalizing that everywhere. It's bullshit. How the fuck are you going to tell the people that they can't use it, do no research with it, use it for medicine, which is very, very good for medicine. It does a lot of very positive things for you. The whole time they're doing research on it. And the whole time they're talking, people are saying UFOs are telling you you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy, but yet they have places that they're working on and making these UFOs and fucking flying them themselves. The whole time they're telling you you're crazy if you believe in ESP, psychic abilities, but yet they were hiring people to do out-of-body experiences, what do they call it, seeing, where you can see wherever, anywhere. They were hiring, our government had programs hiring and using people to do these things, to spy on other governments and other things, and the people. It's a lot of heinous shit that our government has pulled, and the biggest one is taking all your freedoms away, at the same time making you believe that you are protected by our government. You are free. You're able to be free. We're not. We're slaves. We're slaves. I mean, I can't even, not even with me being with the probation and all that bullshit, which is bullshit, but even you, alright, if say you've never been in trouble in your life, you can't go anywhere outside of this country without getting their permission. You gotta have a passport. You have to have everything in order and checked off and approved to go anywhere. You go buy a car, you can't fucking drive that car unless you go pay them for their title, tags, registration, have a license. You got to go through having a license. What the fuck? How? What is all that about? Really? Y'all are okay with that, I guess. We were all born with good and evil in our heart. Automatically, it's written on the walls of your heart. You know when you're doing bad. You know when you're doing something that you should. You know. It's there automatically from birth. And then, of course, we're taught from teachers and, well, our parents, because they were lied to, and they're teaching us the same shit that they were taught. But all these people and all this government shit is teaching you to be something that we're not, something that we shouldn't be taught. I mean, it's all a crock of shit. But nobody's waking up and seeing that. We need to start teaching all of children, when they're, as soon as possible, how to meditate, how to look inside themselves to find God, how to see that the good inside of them is so much greater than the evil inside of them, and to try to reach for that goodness and shine it out of them to the best of their abilities. We need to teach them the truth about history, which we've been lied to quite a bit about that. We need to teach about how to... meditation is a very, very, very key tool to anything spiritual. being able to meditate, clear your mind, shut your mind completely off. Don't think about nothing. If you have to think about anything at all, concentrate on your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And don't think about nothing else. If you need to, I use music a lot. If you got some good music that helps you get in tune. Binary beats, if you look on places for binary beats and hertz, different hertz does different things. Sound is everything. Sound makes everything form into what it is. I mean, look at the experiments of the plates, the sand on the plates with sound, and every frequency makes a different pattern. All right. We need to stop trusting in this government. There's been enough put out that we know Biden is a treasonous son of a bitch. Nobody's thrown handcuffs on him yet. Nobody's taken a shot. Nobody's tried nothing to stop him from running us in the ground farther than he already has. He's already put us pretty deep, and he's still there doing it. It's saying, why? How is this possible? Nobody's making a move at all? Really? You just gonna wait until it's over? Y'all gonna wait till all these terrorists that they've let across our border over the past 3 years start making attacks on people the way they did in Israel? They're probably how it's going to be. I don't look for these terrorists to do things in the big city except maybe stir the people up. I look for them to go into smaller cities, smaller towns, maybe even country places if they're dumb enough, but go in them type of places and do shit, because the big cities are going to be hit with big shit. It's not going to be some terrorists with guns going into the big cities. They've got on the dollar bill now, the latest dollar bill has, when you fold it and you see all the shit, the old ones showed the Twin Towers coming down if you folded it right. But now it shows a big city, which is hinted at being New York, but I'm not sure which city. But it shows a big freaking tidal wave taking a skyscraper out, taller than the skyscraper. If this is a skyscraper, that wave coming over is like this. And it's right there on your fucking money. It's exactly like it was with the 9/11. With the Twin Towers coming down. Before it happened, it was on that money. Look at the bill from 99, from 98. Fold it the right way. You'll see the Twin Towers on it burning. You'll see them. And that happened before it burnt. Same thing with the money today. Look at your money. Fold it the right way. You'll see that fucking wave coming over that big skyscraper. I believe this is how they're going to do big cities. All these people that's come across, they're going to be in small towns like mine. I hope they're smart enough to fucking not take their orders from the idiots that's telling them to go fucking die for Allah or their government or whoever's fucking telling them to go die for them, because that's what they're going to do. Yeah, try that in a small town. People, wake the fuck up, man. I've been saying this for 2 years now. I've been saying it for 2 years. Now it's getting closer. I mean, we're right. It could happen. Something could pop off again today. Shit's been popping off. I just looked yesterday and seen flooding. More flooding that's going on in multiple different places. All over the world. It's bad. We're not getting a lot of news from around the world because they're still constricting everything that we see on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Twitter. And if you're still dumb enough to where you're looking at Channel 10 News and Fox and CBS and CNN, if you're looking at the fucking the mainstream news, you're definitely far behind. You need to wake the fuck up. If you don't wake up soon, it's going to be too late. Realize what we are. We are divine. We will judge the angels. You need to hear this, because this is big shit. Alright? the apple of God's eye. God loves us. Something fierce. Something fierce. The reason why God loves us is because we are a part of Him. All you law enforcement out there, man, if y'all are still following this dumbass way of life that we've been under all this time, just for your paycheck on Friday, or maybe for the power that you wield with a badge, you wake up, man. Wake the fuck up. We are not this body. This body is very temporary, and it matters very little. It matters because we're here for a lesson that we're here to learn. Well, when we get back up there, back to our true self, that's what matters. And you don't want to ruin yourself up there with the dumb shit that you're pulling down here. Alright? You're pushing fucking shit on people that you shouldn't because of their class. Because of the class they're in. You're letting the other people do torture and murder of children because of their class. Because they're rich. Because they were somebody. O.J. Simpson. Come on, man. Really? I mean, really? How many people, most people today have seen enough and know enough that the man was guilty, and they knew it back then, but he got off because of his money. I don't think it was all because of money, though. I think it was because of his status in that fucking club that he's a part of. Because if you're in that club, yeah, you get to fucking do things like they've been doing all this time, and you get to keep doing them, keep being free. I'm having a lot of videos tagged on as fact checkers saying false, this, that, and the other, and I believe a lot of my videos I put out ain't getting out to people because they're not showing them to people. And they're using their fact checkers as just a way to say, oh, you don't have free speech anymore. You don't get to say what you want. I mean, the lawsuit on Alex Jones proved that. They fucking awarded, they made him pay, supposedly, would not pay it, but there's no way he'll ever pay it. It's $2.7 trillion for saying that he didn't believe Sandy Hook was really happened. And they made him, they awarded him, made him pay out, or say it's, I don't think he's paying shit out, because I believe he's part of them. I know he's a part of them. And he won't ever pay none of that out. But still, just to have that and put it out like, oh yeah, we decided to make him pay this money out because he believes, and he was boisterous that he believes that never happened. Who gives a fuck what he believes? He has the freedom of speech to say what the fuck he wants. I don't give a fuck what it is. You can't fucking tell somebody you have free speech and then say, oh, but you can't say that because if you do, we're gonna fucking take you to court and make you pay money because you said that. Don't work like that. Free speech means that the thoughts that's in your head, you're able to spit them out your mouth and nobody can stop you because it's a right. That's your fucking right. You don't get that? It's your fucking right to think what you want, which is basically what free speech is. It's not so much speech, which is what the law says. Is the right says that you have the freedom to say it, but really it's about the freedom to think the way you want to think, because nobody can stop that. You can't stop that. All right. And when they start saying that they can stop you from saying what the fuck you believe, and they can stop your free speech, that's basically what they're saying is you can't think that. You can't think it. And if you do think it, well, keep it in your fucking head. Don't fucking tell it to nobody else. That's what they're saying. You want somebody telling you that you can't think something, or if you do think it, that you can't say that you think it, because if you do, we're going to get your ass. You want to live in a place like that? I'm pretty fed up with the shit that I'm having to deal with, man. I've been out for over 7 years. I've done nothing but good the whole time. I haven't committed any crimes, or any crimes that anybody could prove or find me guilty of in a court anyway. And even the bullshit that they put on me from not being able to leave the state, not being able to move without their permission first, and they have to make sure I'm moving to a place they approve of, and can't do no weed, can't smoke pot, can't have no dirty urines. I've had to pay for I had to go through their bullshit course when I first got out, and I had to pay for that the whole time. Then I went through that, and then I had to pay for polygraph tests. I've had to pay for 2 polygraph tests, which is, polygraph tests are bullshit. They're fake as a bitch. They don't stand up to anything in court, and they'll tell you straight up, no matter what happens, they can't use it in court. Why the fuck do I gotta do it then? What the fuck good is it? Well, I mean, and they don't work. It's bullshit. It might work on some, but it don't work on most. I'm tired of them acting like I'm their subordinate, or I'm under their thumb, or that I'm part of their... I mean, after I blew up on them this last time, which is the second time, I've been expecting them to try something stupid with me, which I don't know if they will or not. But if they, I mean, I don't want to challenge them, because I don't want to give them the more... I've already given him enough to be mad at me, because I blew up. I mean, I really blew up. I hope he didn't take it personal, but I kind of do, I kind of don't. I like, the guy didn't seem like a bad guy, really. He's just an ignorant fucker that's taking a job that he feels like he has power over another human being, and you don't. You do not. So that was his stupidity. But other than that, I don't think he was a bad guy. He's just thinking in a very wrong manner. And if you believe that you got the right to put handcuffs on me again and fucking put me back in a fucking concrete cell, you're mistaken. You might feel like you have the right because of these bullshit laws. The 14th Amendment was never ratified. You know what that means? That means everything stemming from the 14th Amendment is illegal. It's completely illegal. All these other laws and statutes and codes and bullshit that they've made that goes against the Constitution, that's illegal. Alright, the Constitution is what every officer, every judge, every person of this country that has to swear on any kind of oath is supposed to be swearing on oath to. The Constitution, right? Not the fucking democratic treasonous sons of bitches that have been pushing fake laws, statutes, and codes that does not in any way coincide with what our country was founded on. What we're supposed to be in this country. This country is supposed to be the example that leads the whole world into freedom, to realize that every single individual person is a piece of God that is here to live a life and to do everything that they choose to do in life, as long as it doesn't hurt another being. And I'm not talking about just another human being. I'm talking about any being, period. All the hunters out there. Nugent, I love you, buddy. I really do. But sport, hunting is really not a good thing. You might want to realize real quick what we are and what we're here for. This is my belief, I don't believe that we were meant to eat meat to begin with. Period. But we started eating meat, and that's something that we do. And if you eat meat, okay, you need to provide for your family, which you really don't, because you can go to the grocery store and get anything you want. But let's say you choose to go and take a deer and feed your family with that. That's one thing. Now, when you go in and hunting elephants to put a fucking head on a fucking plaque, or tusks, or deer head, or whatever, you know, you're going to take and kill a bird and stuff the whole bird just to have a trophy, you're fucking up. You're fucking up bad. I'm telling you, dude, you're fucking up so bad. Don't do that. But if you feel the need to feed your family like that, you know, feed your family, use every piece that you can, and well, even the pieces that you don't use, make sure it's in a place that gets used by something. You know, vultures need to eat, worms need to eat too, really. Everything needs to eat. But don't be hunting for sport. Don't be hunting for trophy and fun. You know, this is whoa, you're fucking up, dude, I'm telling you. Seriously bad. We need to make this change, and we need to do it now. We need to do it now. Everybody's thinking, oh, we'll vote Trump in next year, and Trump's going to change everything. I believe Trump's part of it. I believe he's one of them. I'm pretty sure he's one of them. Henry Rollins, I hope you're not one of them now. You've been popular, you've been rich, you've tasted the good life. I'm sure they've probably tried. If not, did get to you. I hope they didn't. I hope you're not one of them. I really hope you're not one of them. But yeah, even if Trump was going to do the right thing, we can't wait till next year to fucking get that happening. They're fucking doing a lot of heinous shit out of Israel right now. They're doing a lot of heinous shit. Here, I mean, look what they just did to Maui. What the fuck? I hope they don't want my land, or the land I'm on. It's not my land. Ain't none of this land our land, really. I mean, the whole planet's for all of us. It's not just for you. You buying land and considering you own that land is really wrong, because you don't. I mean, but I hope they don't want this land that I'm inhabiting right now, because I might be the next one to get fucking cooked by a fucking laser beam coming out of the damn sky. Whew. That's a hell of a way to think of a person losing their life, man. That's, who would have thought that? And especially for something as just as simple as they want that land so they can build more fucking places they can make money, because everybody wants to vacation in Hawaii, right? I mean, everybody. That's where the vacation's at. Maybe. Crazy, man. The shit that we've done. The shit that we're allowing now. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Wake the fuck up, people. See what's going on in the world. Because we are in the end times. We are in the time of the great change, to where the war to end all wars is here. It's about here. Y'all ain't gonna be ready to fucking see the truth until bombs start falling right down the road from you. That don't make sense. Well, you don't want to wait till then. If we do it now, and I'm sure there's got to be some people that's in power in the right spots in the military, or some power somewhere, who sees what's going on, who can do something. Do it! What the fuck are you waiting for? What can I do? Look, I'm in a wheelchair, alright? Not only am I in a wheelchair, I'm a very poor, I don't want to say low class, but poor class. I'm in the poor class. I was trying to get somewhere with my truck driving, but that didn't make it too far because of all the changes. And my second jab, is when I got cancer. 1 month after my second jab, I was in a hospital in Houston with cancer. And then the motorcycle accident took my legs out, so I'm in a wheelchair. I can walk on crutches, but other than that, I ain't running nowhere. So anybody who wants to start a war, I might as well go ahead and let you know, you come here, I ain't got the luxury of running. So yeah, you might want to be ready, because I'm going to give you everything I got. Whether you think it's enough or not, I don't know. But I bet you it stings like a bitch. Yeah, I'm tired of being pushed around by these fucking bullshit laws that ain't legal. They're fucking bullshit, fake-ass laws. Your codes, your statutes that y'all been pushing, wake the fuck up, people. They're not legal. Look at the Constitution. Look at your oath that you took. Alright? All this other bullshit passed beyond that is bullshit. And stop giving fucking crazy-ass fucking tickets to people for shit to make them pay money into your fucking system that is fake. It's all fake. You don't believe what I'm saying? Go do some research. The 14th Amendment was never ratified. Anything that stems from that, anything that's come beyond that, is all illegal. Every oath to every one of y'all is sworn on the Constitution. Not the Constitution of the corporate American United States. No. The Constitution of the United States. This great country that we all believe that we're still living in. They've turned it into a corporate fucking corporation that is not what our founding fathers founded. It's not what we all have in our heads where we're at. It's not. We're in a corporation, and this corporation has been for the past couple years now, it's been being broken down to bits so that they can do away with this way of life that we've been had in our head the whole time. That, you know, this is what we are. For me, and I'm sure many people too, had it in their head that this great American country that we live in is an example for the rest of the world, that to live free with your brothers and your neighbors in harmony and be able to have the things that you want and be able to work for and buy the things that you want. Well, first of all, materialism is a big evil, a big evil. So all of us, even the ones that say, I want to change the world, but yet they want to be rich. They want to be the ones calling the shots. So you don't really want to change the world. You just want to be the one that's up there calling the shots and rich. And then have everybody else down there below you. That's not what us as a beings should be wanting, period. You should look at every person around you and want them to be equal with you. Because really we are all equal. The poorest of the poor, the man on the street holding up a sign saying, you know, I need money, please help me. I don't give a fuck what you think he's going to spend that dollar on if you give it to him. I'm not going to give him $1. He's going to go buy beer with it. Who gives a fuck what he buys with it? The man's hard on his luck, and give him a fucking $1. I like to smoke cigarettes. Plenty of people out there wouldn't want to give me any money because I'd just go buy me a cigarette. Well, I like to smoke cigarettes, so it's a good chance if I'm full and I ain't got to worry about trying to get my next meal and I got a little extra money to go buy me a cigarette, I'm going to smoke me a cigarette. Maybe something you like that I wouldn't want to pay for, but if you're in bad enough need that you can't get what you are wanting and I could afford it, I'm going to give it to you. I've been this way for a long time. I was stopping and spending an hour or two with homeless people in California and Texas and Virginia and just anywhere that I was at. There at the end, right before I quit with my last truck, I was doing that with people, and I was buying them food, and I was buying them things that they needed, helping them out with whatever they needed, and we should all be like that now. Every person. If you see someone that has less than you, give them something. If you can't give them to bring them up to your level, at least give them something. But if everybody did that, if you're somebody under you and you gave them whatever to bring y'all equal, and the people that's rich did the same thing to where everybody was on an equal level playing field, this world could be heaven on earth. And I guarantee you these fucking corporations that's been making all these products that's meant to break down, they're meant to not last, they would stop that. Because it wouldn't be about making money anymore. It would be about people. And if we take the money situation out, and where the people are rich and the rich have power, and everybody cared more about the people instead, all these companies would make products that last a long time. They'd stop making plastic. Everybody stop cutting trees down. Period. There'd be no more tree cutting. There's already ways to run every combustible engine off of water. Hydrogen. Yeah, it's easy to do. I've been researching on how to do it, and I'm pretty sure I'd be able to do it if I had the shop to be able to go work on some stuff until I work the bugs out. I'd be able to do it. I've already researched, and I know that I can make these little machines that makes its own energy. You wouldn't have to plug into these wire grid anymore. I could make a box that would sit right here on my lap, and I could plug in 5 or 6 things on this one thing. But I got to have the parts to do it. I got to have the means to do it. And if I had a big warehouse to make them in mass, pumping them out left and right, and they'd last forever. They don't last forever. The ones that I make would last forever. They have an electric motor on them. And that electric motor, probably sooner or later, is going to wear out. Magnets, it lose magnet attractive properties after a while, but you can redo magnets. You can make them stronger. But once you start it, it's going to pump out power, free, straight there, right there, and constant for however long until either that motor runs out or the magnets lose some magneticity, whatever you call it. And but anyway, all these companies would stop making shit that break down. They would make shit that would be good for you to use. There'd be no more plastic, no more cutting trees, no more putting fluoride in the motherfucking waters. There'd be no more drilling for oil. I mean, what oil that we would need, such little tiny amounts, would be basically for lubricants, not for fucking petrol, not for making gases, combustibles. We can run it off of hydrogen. Every motor out there, combustible engine out there, can be made to run off of hydrogen. And what comes out of the tailpipe? Water. What comes out of into the air? Water. H2O. Air. It's coming out the tailpipe. There'd be no more fucking poisonous shit going into our fucking atmospheres after that. None. And all this bullshit they're talking with CO2, they're lower CO2. You're fucking morons. I've said this in a video before, but it's basically common sense. All the plants, all the trees, all the bushes, all the grass, all the plants breathe in CO2, and they put out oxygen. We breathe in oxygen, and we puff out CO2. So God already made this whole planet perfect for us and the plants to coexist and to live off of one another. Not just to breathe them, but we eat them and live off of them. And it's fucking wonderful the way it is. Why the fuck would we allow these stupid son of a bitches to let us start taking out CO2 so the fucking plants would die? What's going to happen then? Our oxygen levels are coming down. We're going to have less oxygen. Sooner or later, we're going to have to fucking pay them to make oxygen. which, by the way, we start making hydrogen-powered combustible engines, it's going to be releasing more oxygen than even now. So all of our oxygen is going to be even more pure over time, and purer and purer and more pure until, I mean, I don't know what would happen to us. I think something biologically would happen with us pretty grand if this happened. It's been a lot of stuff that I've seen science-wise that shows when you breathe in pure oxygen, it has an effect on us that is just great. I believe we have more cognitive functions, if I remember correctly. I believe we would grow, though. I believe we would get big. We'd end up being giants again. We'd be giants walking the fucking place. I'm 6'6" now. We start everybody breathing pure oxygen over a very short time. Even the shortest of the short people would outgrow me pretty quick, I think. I know the cognitive functions expand when you breathe more pure oxygen. So if you want to get smart, get yourself into a bubble with pure oxygen release in there, so you'll be breathing that pure oxygen over a very short period of time. Your mind is going to go into places that you never dreamed that it could have. We have a lot of foreign people, and I'm not talking about Latinos from South America, Central America. I'm talking about people from Africa, a lot of people from all the Middle East countries, all the terrorist countries that they watched the video. They had the numbers of all these different countries of people that they have questioned and asked, where you from? And they have it written down. They're keeping a census of the people that they've seen, but there's a lot of people who's come through they don't have record of. There's a lot of people who's come across. They didn't go through their border patrols and sign paperwork, and they don't have record of. They just got in and went on about their way. A lot. And there's a lot of them here from all those countries over there that's right now talking about death to America. Death to America. They're inside of America right now. Right now they're inside of America. There's not enough people that's seeing this. There's not enough people that's understanding, waking up to this. It's just not enough. We need everybody to start fucking doing something. I quit work because I wasn't going to pay no more taxes to these people after learning all the shit that they've done, all the experimentation they've done on us, on people, without our consent. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. I've learned too much since I got this cancer and started researching with the internet in my hand. I've learned way too much. And I'm not down with them anymore. So all these bullshit laws that y'all put out for us to follow, and I was following too. I had no idea. Now I know. And I know that you're a legal son of a bitch trying to find me, make me pay your system, trying to put handcuffs on me and throw me in a fucking concrete cell. I know these things now. And I'm kind of pissed. No, I'm really pissed. I'm fucking madder than hell. So I'm hoping that people wake up and start trying to want to make a change. But if they don't, I'm hoping that you see, I know what we are. I know what we're about. I know what's coming. I'm not playing into your games no more. You keep sending probation officers around here, I'm going to keep blowing up on them. Sooner or later, one of them's going to fucking kill me or go to try to put handcuffs on me again. I'm not weak, even though I'm in a wheelchair. I used to bench 415. I used to be a strong motherfucker, and muscle has memory. You don't lose it all. And when that adrenaline hits, and somebody's been that strong before, that strength is still there. That adrenaline is a mother. I'm gonna tell you now. Adrenaline is what makes adrenochrome. And that's what they fucking do when they fucking trying to do all the heinous shit that Clinton did with that video those 12 officers watched. That's what they're trying to take, is that adrenochrome. That's adrenaline. That's basically what they're taking out straight from the fucking source. So keep pushing that shit in my direction. I'm gonna throw up one of those charts that I saw as one dude make. Fuck around, find out. You go up this way so much, that's how much you fuck around. And this way up here is how much you find out. And then you follow it to there. Hey, it's a good little measuring stick. Fuck around and find out. I'm getting tired of being pushed around by fucking bullshit while y'all let Clintons walk free. Obama, he's out there walking free. He ain't even a fucking American. He was born Barry So, I can't even remember his last name. It's spelled S-O-E something 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 something. That was his real name. They changed it to Barack Obama. The reason they changed it to Barack Obama is in your Bible. It's written. I forgot what it means. Barack Obama basically means Antichrist. That's basically what I forgot where it was that I seen this at, but they showed it. Why was he not okay with his real name, Barry So? I can't think of his last name. S-O-E something 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 something. Barry So, I can't think of it. Anyway, why did you feel the name? Why did you feel the need to change your name? Why did you feel the need to change your name to Barack Hussein Obama? It means the Antichrist, and I forgot where I saw it, but it was on the video that I watched the other day that they showed it. There's so much. There's so much. It's hard. It's really hard when you got all this fucking information, and then nobody wants to fucking. They want to look at you like you're crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy at all. When you see me up there and you say, oh, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you too. You said I was crazy. You said I was nuts. You said I was not worthy of your help, your attention, your care at all. That's what I remember too. I remember that. I'm a life path 11. If you know numerology whatsoever, look it up. You'll start, if you look that up and you start doing a little research, you're gonna find it to be true. Numerology is real. I find your life path. All I need is your birthday. When I find your birthday and I look up your life path, I know a lot about you just from your life path. Whether you're a 1 or a 9, 11, 22, or 33, I know automatically a lot about you just from knowing your birthday. And it's all true. Every time. It's exactly on point. And I am an 11. So if you want to look that up and you find out what that means for me, you might want to listen to what the fuck I got to say. I don't know what else to put on here. I made it an hour and 20 minutes so far. People do some research here, man. Start waking up. Start seeing what's been going on. Let's make a change, man, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this bullshit system that we're living under that's wrong, completely illegal. Look up the 14th Amendment not being ratified. Look up what that means. Look up that they made a new United States Incorporated And that's what they're using for us today and have been for over 100 years. Yeah, under a corporation. That's what they say that we are living under, and we are a product. That's what we are. We are a product. Every time your parents, or every time you sign a birth certificate for a new child, look at where you're signing. It says informant. Where you have to sign at, informant. You're the informant? Shouldn't that say I'm the parent? Shouldn't that say I'm the father or the mother? Why does it say informant? That's weird, right? But that's what it says. There ain't no need in looking at your birth certificate. Your birth certificate ain't the original. You don't get the original. You get a copy. The original, when you sign it, goes away. When you sign it there with the doctor, he takes it and files it. They send you a copy. You get a copy a day or two later. You don't get that original. That original goes to their security vault, wherever they keep them at. A bond is created on your trust, on your birth certificate. A trust, a bond, whatever you call it, is made from your birth certificate, on your birth certificate, for you as being the product of this corporation, this great corporation of the United States of America. Yeah, I've learned too much. I'm not in agreement with their system anymore. I don't give a fuck if you're dumb enough to you think because you wear a badge you can come push me around. Fuck around and find out. I'm gonna show you. I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm not down with that shit anymore. I'm not standing under any of your bullshit no more. You wanna kill me? Fucking go right ahead. You're gonna find out when we get up there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, you shouldn't have, but you did. You're not going to put handcuffs on me, put me back in the concrete cell, unless I do something that I feel I deserve to do that, to go there for, which I'm not. I will never do nothing again to go back there again. I would rather die. To me, that is mercy. That's why I'm hoping that anyone who watches these videos understands this, because this is the way I see it. And I've done a lot of research, and I understand a lot of shit that's about truth. I'm tired. Killing someone who's done all these atrocious things. All right, Hillary Clinton should not be murdered. She should not be executed. She should not have her life taken, because that is mercy. All right, that is. I would much rather be killed than to go back into that cell again. I'm not going back in that cell again. Not without some real, it's going to take some shit to put me there. But anyway, it would be so much worse for her to be put into a cell with no more freedoms, no more visitations, no more good food. All the shit that they feed you is crap. Oh, it's garbage. And they feed you just enough to sustain your life. They don't feed you. I mean, most people like to eat. When they eat, they go to a restaurant, they want to eat. They get something good in front of them. They want a big something good. And, they want to enjoy that. You don't get that when you're locked up. You get a little portion in this slot, and a little portion in this slot, and a little portion in that slot, and probably a slice of bread. And it's just enough to sustain you. They go off of the calorie bullshit that they make their pyramid out of, which is all bullshit too. But that's what they feed you, just enough so that you sustain your life and live. So when someone who's done the things that she's done, and you execute them, you're giving them mercy. You're giving them mercy. Because as soon as you do, they leave that body and they go up. They go through, they got to deal with what they have to deal with up there. But really, they need to pay. They need to be in a as uncomfortable as possible for as long as possible here on Earth, in the body that they've committed all these crimes in. They need to be stuck in that cell, deep underground, No more seeing no sunlight. No. Sunlight, that's a luxury. Fresh air, that's a luxury. You get fucking air conditioned air. You get, whatever air that blows in through them ducts. You don't get no fucking more outside freedoms. You don't get no more sunlight. You don't get no more fucking visitations, and definitely no conjugals. You eat the food that they give you, and you fucking sleep on the fucking little flat pillow they give you, and that's what needs to happen. Because, execution is mercy. I would much rather be executed than go back into a jail cell. I don't give a fuck if it ain't but for a month. Kill me. I don't want to go back in that motherfucker ever again. I don't deserve it. I didn't deserve it before. The shit that I've done does not call for that. If anything that I did that hurt anyone, I should have been dealt with appropriately, and something be done to change that behavior, not be just taken out of your life that you're with your family and all that, and be thrown in a jail cell to just wait out years and years and years of nothing, just waiting to get out. To what? Try to make a go at it now after years and years of being in there? No, that's not right. That's not right at all. There should be other things for people that has done, stupid little bullshit that really didn't hurt nobody. If you do hurt somebody, then you go to jail. You don't never get out. You sit in there for all your life. I mean, God writes good and evil on the interior of your heart as you're born. You're born with that. You know between right and wrong. You know when you do something wrong. Even a baby knows when they do something wrong. First thing they'll do is try to see if anybody was looking. And if he was looking, they're going to try to, or they're going, even a baby knows when they've done something wrong or when they've done something right. That's every person, every single person. Why is that? How is that? That ain't taught. That's something that you've been born with, bro. You don't fucking realize it, then I don't know. You might be dumber than I don't know what. Anything that I've said, you don't believe me? Look it up. I don't lie. Look it up. You got the internet in your hand. Anything that I said I'll tell you, it's my belief. I'm not, sure about. Then okay, something that I believe because of all the shit that I've learned makes me believe the way I believe. But anything that I speak on that's not my belief, that's straight fact. It's straight something that you can find the facts on for yourself. Look it up. Look it up. Look the shit up. Please, everybody, start looking something up, because we got too many people in this country right now that is saying death to America. Death, you know what I mean? Come on. How the fuck? What? There's craziness going on right now. Too much craziness. And we're about to be having to deal with craziness here. I know most of these people ain't going to wake up until it starts happening. But it's about to start happening. All you higher-ups in the military, all you higher-ups that's in the law enforcement, even if it's the fake system that we're under now, if you see this, do some research for yourself. Realize what I'm telling you. Let's make a change, man. Let's make a change. If we do this the right way, we won't have to have people working like they do now to make a living. Everyone will be happy and living fucking free and doing what they want to do. People are not going to have power over each other anymore to do the shit that's been going on all this time. The people aren't going to want to be rich anymore, because you're going to have everything that you want, need. Everything. I mean, The things that are going to be made is going to be made to last. It's going to be made well. It's not going to be made with bullshit made to break down. This tablet I'm talking on right now, how long do you think that tablet's going to last before it's obsolete? You know what I mean? It's coming. It's this tablet 5 years from now is going to be the type of piece of shit that people are looking at like, what do I do with this? I can't do nothing with that. I don't even want to throw it in the trash because it ain't even worth throwing it in the trash. It ain't gonna be worth a fuck. It ain't gonna be worth nothing. And it's not just that, it's everything. Every car, every vehicle, everything that they make is meant to break. Everything. And it's meant to break so that you have to go buy another one or pay to get it repaired. Does that make sense? Does anybody out there want a car that's going to last forever and never have to buy another one? It's a car that they'd be happy to own. They have technology out there that would blow your fucking mind. A lot of the fucking UFOs that people have seen and alien abductions that they think aliens abducted them. No, that was Lockheed Martin. That was Raytheon. That was there's plenty of other black project places out there that has done work for military. Not to mention the military too. Our military. It's us. It's shit that they've worked on. Tesla had this shit back in the 1890s and in 1900 up to 1943. He had all this shit. And when he died, fucking, yeah. John Trump, Donald Trump's uncle, is the one that went in to his motel room and took out 83 big trunks of research. Nikola Tesla's research. He took all that research. You think Trump ain't got knowledge of that? You think he ain't in on that shit? But yet, he's just putting out enough knowledge to keep you dangling. I want your vote. I want your vote. You want my vote, Trump? Start telling everything you know, buddy. Start letting the fucking shit be known. All the technologies that was gathered from Nikola Tesla, from your uncle, through your uncle, let this shit be out, man. Bring it out. You want my vote, fucking yeah, start bringing some more truth to light. You hung out with Epstein, dude. Let what you know be known. Stop being afraid of, I don't know, Rockefeller, Rothschild. I don't know. Who you afraid of? You afraid of people finding out the truth about you? Is that it? You want to be a good guy? Be a good guy. Don't be a half-assed motherfucker, man. That ain't being a good guy. That's being a fucking piece of shit. We ain't gonna last until the next election anyway. This is coming before the end of this year. With all these people that's in here now, and with all the warring going on, and Israel. That's biblical, people. That's biblical. And so was the Ring of Fire, the eclipse the other day. That's biblical. That's biblical shit, dude. You fucking kidding me? And that ain't all. There's plenty of more other stuff that was written long ago in the Bible. And it's here. It's already happened. We're in time right now. We don't have until the next election. It's here. I don't know what else to say. I'm hoping that some people might see this and wake up. I'm hoping that everybody that sees this starts doing a little research. I'm hoping law enforcement and people higher up in the military or that has any power whatsoever will see this and say, you know what? Something's got to be done like now, because it's already seems like it might already be too late. Like it could happen at any moment. And if you're in a position like that, you just sit back and let it happen. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you want this world to be good for your grandkids, your great-grandkids? You want this to be like it is now? All you fuckers just want to come here and fuck with me like I'm on probation. I need to be looked at while you're letting Hillary Clinton walk free with the heinous shit she did, and all those officers that died because they saw the video of her doing the things that she did. But yeah, you want to come fuck with me? The girl that I went to jail for loves me, man. She fucking loves me because I'm a good fucking person. I didn't hurt her. I didn't do anything to hurt her. I did everything that I did with her in love, and mad because she was treated so badly by her fucking people that supposed to have loved her and didn't. They fucking treated her like shit. She come to me and I loved her. She's not a victim because of me. But I did 19 years in prison. 10 of it because of her. And y'all want to keep coming fucking with me, but let Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Barry, fuck Barack Obama, my ass. You ain't no Antichrist, nigger. You ain't shit. You a fucking piece of shit. You a lying ass, treasonous motherfucker that killed more people than any other president with fucking firing bombs and missiles on innocent people that should have never been happened. And I don't give a flying fuck who takes what I just said as like I'm bad for saying that, because Barack Obama, you are a nigger. You are a piece of shit motherfucker, homeboy. I'm not saying that because you're a black man, because you're really not black anyway. You half and half, and I don't see race like most people do anymore neither. I don't see race at all. When you realize all that I've learned to know, when you've lived as every race that's on this planet, you have lived every different race, every gender that has been on this planet at least once before, and you're going to live it again. If you're a white male right now, you're gonna come back sometime as a black male, as a black female, as a white female, as a Chinese. You're probably gonna come back as one of these islander peoples at some point, if you haven't already. There's a lesson to be learned in every single step that you take for the evolution of your soul. And this is what numerology will teach you if you learn it. 1 through 9, you have to learn the lesson in every life before you go to the next. When you go to the next, you got a different lesson to learn. If you don't learn that lesson while you're there in that one, you're coming back to learn that lesson before you move on. And you're gonna learn the lessons that you need to learn in every single step of the way. And when you do, you're gonna have to be whatever you have to be to get that learnt. So race is not an issue. Once you learn that, and I hope you all do, you're going to find out. You're here learning the lessons that you have to learn to evolve your fucking soul. So if you're here as, this is me now, my next life, you're going to be a model at some point, some beautiful ass, model. You're going to be some ugly, big, fat, nasty, fucking toe jam looking motherfucker at some point. You're going to learn every lesson that needs to be learned for your soul to evolve to the next level, to the higher level. I believe, this is my belief, when you get to 33, I've only ever met one. This guy is, everybody who meets him is going to love him. You just want to be a part of his life. You want to be his best friend. You want to be, you want to spend time with him, and just a life path 11, which is what I am, is a visionary, an energetic visionary. you see things that nobody else can see, and you kind of figure out how to do things different, better, than most people can even fathom. Life Path 22 is the master builder. They can take and build empires, and they can build in ways that nobody else can imagine building in. I mean, they come up with stuff and make it happen. It makes, it's really amazing, the things that they're able to do. And then 33 is master teacher, spiritual, highly spiritual. They are just right there they're right there, man. I swear I believe Jesus was at the Life Path 33, which is why I believe that he was born September 24th, or it's possible maybe he was born, if he was born in April, it was April 29th, but I believe it was September 24th. But I believe he was 33. Had to been. He connected when he was 6 years old, and he stayed connected his whole life. I've connected before too, but it didn't stay. It didn't stay. I've got too much pulling me back to this material body. I've got too much hate. I've got too much desire. I've got too much of all the fucking sins, what they call sins in the Bible. I like to live. I like to enjoy myself. I like to I like to lust. I like to eat food, whether I should eat it or not. It's good food. It tastes good. I really want a Whopper, Burger King Whopper, but I know what they've been putting in that shit, and I know that I'm not eating no more of them. But damn, I miss them. They taste so fucking good. I'm not eating no more of them, and I recommend you don't neither. If you don't know why, do a little research. You'll fucking find out. Don't eat no more McDonald's. Don't eat no Burger King. Don't eat no Wendy's. Don't eat none of that shit. And if you go to eat chicken, make sure that chicken's got the bone in it. Make sure it's got the bones in it. Make sure it's a real chicken you're eating. But yeah, anybody that wants to fucking say I'm racist or anything like that, I'm going to tell you now, I've loved some black women, and I've got black grandbabies that I would more than happily stomp your ass over if you did anything to fuck with them. And their daddy, I think, I ain't really know him that good, but what couple times I've been around him, man, he seems to be a really good guy. He seems to be a great guy. And he's dark, but who cares? I mean, he seems to be a really good guy. And if you see this video, I'm going to tell you now, when you brought him the first time to meet me, and I didn't want to meet him, you had come to me 4 times. It was the 4th time, and each time you brought a different guy with you. No fucking father wants to see that shit, man. I'm glad that, he was the 4th of the 4. But when you came with him, and I think you're still with him today, I'm very happy you finally found a man. You're with him. And I'm glad it's him, because from what I've seen of him, he seems to be a really great guy, and he's really good with them kids. I'm very happy about that. So if you think I'm racist, well, fuck you. Fuck you all to pieces. I don't see race the way people kind of do today. Had a little Mexican guy in my house earlier today. He gave me some cigarettes. I met him outside, and he works here for my landlord doing stuff. I just met him today for the first time, though. I was actually outside looking for cigarette butts on the ground because I was going to put them on my pipe. He saw me, came out there and gave me some cigarettes. I was like, hell yeah. And we got to talking. We talked for a while, and then he came in, talked for a while in here. He's going to come back. He's going to help me get my electricity back on. And I'm going to do a tattoo for him. And I speak Spanish pretty well, fairly well. So we got to talking quite a bit. And I think I might have made a new friend. So if you think I'm fucking racist, you got another thing coming, brother. I'm not at all. I don't much care for having all these guys over here that's talking about death to America and talking about, killing people because they're not Islam. They want to kill Christians because they're Christian. They want to kill Jews because they're Jews. They don't want to kill because for any good reason, which, there's good reasons to want to kill. You fuck with my grandbabies, you gonna fucking around and find out, because I will hunt you down. I will fucking hunt you down. And I'll do some shit that you I'm not a bad guy, but I have been a couple times, and it sure wouldn't take a whole lot to pull it out of me again, because I'm not Jesus. I sure ain't Jesus. I love Jesus quite a bit. I don't like calling him Jesus neither. I like calling him Yeshua. But I just want to make sure I get that point across, because just because I say the M word from time to time, and I don't say it very, very often, and I sure don't mean that race of people. If people understood what it really meant, they'd probably be more proud than they are now when people said it, and they wouldn't give a fuck what color you are when you say it, because what it means is Nigeru, Nigeria. It meant the king of their Nigeria. It meant king. It meant they were kings, and this goes back farther than Egypt. This goes back even farther than Egypt, and it basically, when you called somebody that, it meant that they were king. You was calling them a king. They were king of their Nigeria. But that's where it stems from. Y'all are so stupid. Y'all are so stupid to think, oh, it came up. That's what the slave masters call us. Yeah, well, they say a lot of shit today that makes people double speak. That's what I started this video with. We need to stop the double speak. Double speak is something they've used quite a bit to keep us down and to keep them up. Knowledge is power. Understand this, please. If you understand anything, you need to understand knowledge is power. And that's why I'm trying to stop saying understand, but unless I really mean understand it, which means to stand under something. And knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Their double speak they've used for their legalese the whole time, and their small print. Their small print. This one dude woke my ass up to, if you look on your check, pull out a check from your checkbook, get you a microscope. That line that you sign on, read that line. It's not a fucking line. It's writing. That whole line is written. Get you a microscope and read that fucking line. You'll see what I'm talking about. They use this language against us in every way. And it's not us against us like they've been pushing the whole time. Really, it's us against them, and we need to fucking realize it and start going to get them. We need to go get them. No more of this bullshit. No more of their fucking bullshit laws and rules and regulations. No more of their fucking them controlling us and us working our ass off to make a living while we give them fucking money, big money too, man. Money they'd never be able to spend in their fucking lifetime. Why are they so greedy? It's fucking ridiculous. But we follow right along with them. We follow right along with them. And it don't make no damn sense. Anything that I've said, please whether you believe it, don't believe it, or whatever, start doing some research. All y'all up there that's got power to do something, please do something. Law enforcement, military, hell, anybody out there, do something, man. The first priority would be to get all of them, make them talk, and then lock them all up for the rest of their lives. Let's get some good people that really means well to start shaping things back to the way it ought to be. Killing's not the answer. But if that's the only way to do it, then fucking do it. Do whatever's needed. We need to make this shit stop now. Right now. I'm tired of being pushed around, and I'm not going to be pushed around anymore. So if you want to kill me, go. You got my permission. Come on. Come on, do it now. Because you're not putting handcuffs back on me without a hell of a fight. I ain't done shit to begin with to be in there for as long as I was, and I ain't done shit since I've been out to go back at all. I know what I am. So, if you really want to fucking just take my life, go right ahead. You're not going to have me understand any more of your bullshit. Guarantee you that. I'm not standing under any of it anymore. I don't know what else to say. If my daughter is watching this, I hope you realize that I love you, and I love my grandbabies, and that man that you're with, from what I've seen so far, I love him. He's awesome. He's really good with them boys, and that means a hell of a lot to me. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll make another video soon. It's almost 2 hours long now. I love y'all. Be good.